Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about New Japan G1 Climax 35, night 16. I cannot believe how close we are for the tournament to be over. It's literally around the corner this weekend. So we'll find out who's going to be the winner very soon. However, let's talk about the results for night 16. We had some interesting developments, and we'll talk about who is advancing on to the playoffs. We had our first tag match of the night. We had Taichi teaming up with Masatora Yoshida to go against our president, Mr. Tanahashi, and Katsuya Morishima. Our president ends up taking the win. Our next tag match, we had TMDK, Hartley Jackson, and Ryohei Oiwa going against United Empire, which is Cole Newman and Jacob Austin Young. TMDK does end up taking the win. Now, Hartley Jackson does end up posting. He said, look, me and Ryohei, we're going to team up and be part of the tag tournament. Now look, if that's going to be the case, my money's on them because I've actually really enjoyed them teaming up this, for the matches, the tag matches on the G1. So fingers crossed for them. Now, we also have our third tag match of the night. We have Bolton Oleg teaming up with Toriano to go against Sanada and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. They were ready for them, okay? They were just like, hey, all the shenanigans, we've seen it since day one. Y'all not taking a win on us. And the smarter team end up taking the win. Bolton Oleg and Toriano for the win. Now after this, we have Daiki Nagai teaming up with Yoda Tsuji to go against Sho Mikado and Yuya Uemura. I liked how we had just the young lions like, hey, this is my TV time, and I'm going to look better than you. So they're scrapping. They're looking amazing with each other in the ring. And like I've been saying throughout the entire tournament, that the young lions have been really great to see them have an opportunity to shine with some of the biggest names within New Japan being in these tag matches, even though I kind of find them to be useless at times. But they've actually looked like great wrestlers, and they look like potential stars for New Japan. So it's great to see them. However, Yuya and Shoma ends up taking the win in the match. Now after this, Evil, Dick Togo teaming up to go against David Finlay and Gato. War Dogs seemed like they were ready for House of Torture. But House of Torture, they're always ready for whatever. And honestly, I'm fucking over it, but it is what it is. And Evil's team ends up taking the win. Now, for the Block B matches, which is what everybody's here for, obviously. Shingo Takagi going against Drilla Maloney. Drilla, he's young. He's young. He's going to get a lot of opportunities in the future. I know it. But I would have loved to see him make it even further if he had more points. Shingo, I was very surprised that he ended up taking the win. This was one of the more decent matches on the card. Still doesn't really do anything for either one of these guys, but Shingo Takagi ends up taking the win. Best match of the night, Yoshihashi going against Zack Sabre Jr. This match did something to me. And I was at work, and I'm literally just watching this, and I was like, oh my god, this match got me feeling all types of ways that are very inappropriate. But this was fucking one of the best matches in the tournament. This was literally Yoshihashi saying that fuck shit you did to Goto that put my boy out. He could have been champion right now, and instead he at home injured up. I'm gonna get revenge on that. And I really felt that from Yoshihashi. I love when I can feel the wrestler's emotion, where it's just like the story is there and you can feel it throughout the match. Commentators also being more on the emotional side. And this match was just from the commentary side up until like what they're doing in the ring, everything just felt very spot on. Zack seemed to be in trouble quite a few times in this match, and he kept holding on to his neck. Remember what he was saying the other day about how he felt like his spine was in his asshole or whatever, and he looked like he's having some trouble with his neck, and you can see that recurring theme going on throughout the match, and Yoshihashi seems really ready for him. However, Zack is always on another level, and y'all know that. Everybody knows that. and ends up taking the win via submission. When I tell you, Zach had that man limbs just, I don't even know how to describe it. Like he's able to just put your body, contort your body to just go different ways. And Yoshihashi had no choice. Like he barely could even say he quit. That's how bad it was. Referee was just like, we ringing a bell. This can't go on no more. I can't let this guy be miserable like this. After the match though, Yoshihashi felt, you can see like he's really upset about it. Commentary Walker, who is just damn near crying on commentary. I was just like, bro, like I get it, I feel it too, but you know, like me, I'm more on the heel side. I wouldn't have played it up and crying and shit. And Yoshihashi, while he's walking, Zach gets his title, and instead of like holding the title where the title is facing like the other way, he pulls it so Yoshihashi, who's behind him, can see the title from the back, so he can see what it is that he'll never have. And then Yoshihashi's like, look, I wasn't able to get it, but I'm going to avenge my friend Goto at some point. He said he's coming for that title, and Zach, and he's going to be the one to get it from him sometime in the future. I don't see that happening, but it made out for a great story. Definitely one of the best matches in the entire tournament this year. Now after this, Great Okan going against Shota Umino. Do I even have to say anything? Do I even have to say anything? Can I just say, maybe I was being naive and not really having Shota Umino even as an option in terms of a possibility of winning. Like anybody who's in this tournament, there's a possibility, and obviously throughout the tournament, those numbers lower or get higher depending on your performance. Well, not necessarily your performance, but your wins. And for whatever reason, I just didn't have Shota in my mind in terms of, yeah, I can see him being one of them. When I realized his next opponent was going to be the Great Okan, I was like, well, what's the point? For what? Shota is going to advance, and he ends up taking the win. I didn't necessarily care too much for this, and it probably because I felt already like sometimes when things are too predictable, especially with the ones that I'm not goo goo gaga over, I kind of lose interest in the match. So I won't say it was horrible, but I think it was the shortest out of, yeah, actually wait, it was the shortest out of all the block matches tonight. So it was not in terms of it's nowhere near one of the best matches of the tournament. So it was what it was. Shota ends up advancing. Whatever. Main event. Ren Narita going against Konosuke Takeshita. And if you guessed it, Ren Narita, obviously part of the House of Torture. His buddies don't came on out there to help. The match was great. Takeshita looks like he's injured his knee. I don't know. I think might have happened before this or sometime throughout the tournament. I don't know, but I'd never seen him played onto that knee until tonight, like the way he was doing it. And I was just like, okay, it's not looking good. Y'all know that's my top pick for the win. But with House of Torture coming out there, it wasn't looking good at all. And Rocky Romero, thank God, is using his brain, and he ends up going out there to help. But obviously the numbers game is an issue because he's the only person from Don Callis' family to be out there with Takeshita. No one else is over there in Japan, but he's doing his best to help Takeshita when it comes to the numbers game in terms of the interference. And for once we get, listen to this, the Young Lions came together to take out House of Torture. Where the hell were y'all this entire tournament? And you know what? I'm not going to be mad. I'm not even going to say all that because you want to know why? It happened when it mattered the most. And that was something that helped Takeshita win his match against Ren Narita. So Takeshita makes it onto the playoffs. Now Takeshita, after the match, you know, he does his speech and he goes, look, I made it this far last year too. And obviously didn't end up winning. And he said, well, the difference between last year and this year is that I made it this far, but I'm going to win this time. And I'm just like, please, that's all we want is for Takeshita to win. Well, I know some of y'all probably have other people But for me, Takesha is like, why not? Why the fuck not? If the company is looking to go a new direction, especially after President Tanahashi hangs up the boots and everything else, I think Takesha would be a really great choice since everyone else that I wanted to win is not there. Let's talk about what we got going on for the playoffs. All right, you guys. So for night 17, we have two quarterfinal matches. So what we have is we have Shota Umino going against Yota Tsuji. Winner of that match will go against Evil at night 18. The reason why is because Evil has the most points in his block, and then we have Zack Sabre Jr. from his block B, to have the most points. So the others have to qualify from a quarterfinal match to go against the one with the most points. So David Finlay will be going against Takeshita in the quarterfinal match. Winner of that match will go against Zack Sabre Jr. Whew. It has to be Takeshita. It has to be Takeshita. Obviously, I know maybe slight favoritism here, but it would be interesting to see if it would have been David Finlay. So what I think would happen ultimately is I'm thinking, and obviously this is just prediction, that Shota Umino will beat Yota Tsuji, and I'm not happy to say it, to go against Evil. And I think, damn, I don't even know what I think, to be honest with you, with this one. But I'm hoping, let me go with what I hope. I'm hoping Takeshita will win against David Finlay and go against Zack Sabre Jr. in the semifinals. With that, I'm hoping to see Takeshita win against Zack Sabre Jr. So what I think will happen for the finals at night 15 for the grand finale, I think it's going to be, regardless of the fact, Shota Umino going against either Zack or Takeshita. And unfortunately, I see it being Shota to win, and for Shota to get his little rematch with Zack again at Wrestle Kingdom for next year. That's where I see it going, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping for other things. That would be interesting because then, Shota gets another opportunity to get his, his ass whooped, but somehow, some way ends up winning the not G1 Climax. End up winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship from Zack Sabre Jr. And I don't like to think about it, but that's where it seems like they are going. But if it was up to me, it would be Takeshita to win. I personally don't want to see Zack Sabre Jr., who is already the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and already just won the G1 last year, to be the winner. I know it's happened before, but I don't think anybody's interested in seeing that in this day and age. You guys, I'm so looking forward to the G1 Climax finale, so I will be doing a live stream for that. So if anybody want to pull up during the live stream, if you need someone to stay awake with you while the show is going on, while we see who ends up pulling the W and winning the whole damn thing, I'm your girl. Make sure you subscribe to Wrestle Tati so you know when I go live. You guys, thanks very much for watching my review. I'll be back with night 17. See you guys then.